Hey everyone, Redytay here, back at it again with another solo Pokemon challenge. Beating Pokemon Blue with a single Geodude dealt with using a Pokemon that was hard hitting but slowed down due to a bad special and speed stat. Today is probably going to be more of a challenge since we are using a fire type in a game I feel like isn't really that friendly towards fire types. We are diving back into Generation 1 as we try to see if you can beat Pokemon Red by using a single Vulpix. I've always liked Vulpix, but I'm going to be honest, in a game where Charizard exists, I wouldn't use Vulpix that much. Don't get me wrong, it's a cute little Firefox, not the browser. And I always felt Ninetales was a cool looking fully evolved fire type if you didn't pick Charmander as your starter. Speaking of starters, we aren't doing that bad if you compare Vulpix stats with those of the starters. Sure, we are a little lower than their base stats, but it's not horrible. Well, I say that, but you can tell by endgame some of these numbers will be hindering us, especially when it comes to our HP, attack, and defense. Which brings me to another issue we are going to have, and that is the type combination. Yeah, I know being a pure fire type in a Generation 1 game doesn't throw any weird curveballs at us, but being weak to ground, rock, and water is an unfortunate list of weaknesses if you ask me. There are a lot of water types in this game, and the rock ground types will be very stocky defensively, while we probably go a large portion of the game not having a strong hitting move that will take them out quickly. Speaking of moves, we are given a pretty basic looking first generation moveset here. It's funny how when I was younger it felt like the movesets in early generations were very diverse, and that there were probably 10 times as many moves for each type as there actually were. Starting out with Ember is good, but outside of that we get quick attack early, yay, and then we have to go wild before we get our prized move, Flamethrower. TM list wise, we have a lot of common options to choose from, but this list does seem shorter than other ones we have seen. I know it might sound like a broken record, but it is hard to say no to Dig or Body Slam. Before jumping in, let's review the rules. I can only use Vulpix throughout the whole game. HM Pokemon can be used so we can still get around. No cheats or hacks can be used to advance, and I'm going to follow the trend where no items can be used in the battle. I am kind of expecting a lot of grinding in this run. We don't have the worst moves, but we don't have a lot of effective type coverage, and we won't be extremely hard hitting in a lot of instances. I'm not looking forward to Misty or Lorelei. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Giovanni might be a problem in this game for once. But let's get going to see if that's actually true. Okay, you know the drill. Get in the tall grass, Professor Oak stops you and takes you to his lab, and you pick your first Pokemon of the game. I use the Pokemon randomizer to switch out Charmander for Vulpix. This way our rival will have Squirtle, which will be a pretty good opponent by the end of the game. I named Vulpix Eccleston. I had to take a slight pause to make sure I was spelling it right. We will see how many people will get the nickname choice. Stat wise is looking pretty even, which is expected in the early game. Bummer defense is the lowest stat, and it's weird seeing speed and special being the highest considering the previous challenge I just finished. We only have Ember and Tail Whip as starting moves, which is nice considering if we had Charmander at the moment, he wouldn't even have a fire move here. The first battle with our rival went really smoothly despite only having a fire move to use against the water type. I mean, our very first Ember in the challenge and it immediately burned Squirtle. It was spamming Tail Whips, which is probably the right move since its attack is now hampered. We stick with Ember even though it's not hitting hard, but it's nice to have the additional damage get tacked on from each turn from burn. Eventually it decides to attack, but it misses first tackle. We're still spamming Ember by the time we take damage from tackle, and it's still not a lot of damage. Our Ember is still not hitting really well either though, so we switch over to having Eccleston use Tail Whip to lower Squirtle's defense. Soon enough it goes down for one more Ember. Also, Vulpix sprite is not the best. I mean, there was an attempt, but it doesn't really fit the actual image we all think of when we think of Vulpix. But hey, they tried. Put that back, sprite. Good grief, that thing is terrible. Why does it have a mohawk and only 1 pixel for an eye? They didn't do right by you, Vulpix, and I am sorry. We're going to be doing the optional second rival battle soon, but not before getting another level or 2. That Pidgey was a major issue in my last challenge, but this time I think we will be in a better spot against it. We just need to be in a similar level range as our rival. We give the first attempt against our rival a go here at level 9, and yeah, it didn't go that well. Pidgey isn't spamming Sand Attack like last time, but Gust is hitting hard enough for us to be in yellow health by the time we take it down. Despite that, I try to get a couple of Tail Whips in, and I would like to get more in, but we were taking more damage from Squirtle's tackles here, so we have to do something here. Despite 2 defense drops, our first Ember barely hurts Squirtle. We keep spamming that move though, and we do get 2 critical hits, so that's good. Squirtle is spamming more tail whips here, which makes the battle look a little more even, but I'm not looking forward to the next attacking move. Well, that ended up being Bubble, which I don't know why my rival decided to go through all the trouble with the tail whips when that could have just taken us out several turns earlier. Well, I'm not going to entertain the idea of trying this battle again. We need some more levels to buff our stats. I missed when that turtle was burnt. It is rough that in the early game so many attacks are physical and Exelston is not sporting the best defense here. Later on we should be able to take special attacks better given our strong special stat. But regular physical attacks is the name of the game and we are in a bit of a disadvantage here when it comes to it. Well, I decided to go ahead and move through the Viridian Forest. It should be an easy place to gain some experience since all we see are bug types. I mean, we are one-shotting everything, but we really only got one level out of this, so let's battle some more wild Pokemon before revisiting our rival. Okay, so we're facing our rival again, this time at level 11. We can take Pidgey out with 2 Embers now, so that's nice. We have more health now with Squirtle out, and we were able to get 6 Tail Whips done, but Ember's still not hitting hard here. We do get another burn, so that helped our situation, but we really only last one more turn from that. We soon go down. Well, let's give this another go. I want to try something different. Pidgey went down again in 2 turns. This time I feel like that one gust did less damage than the previous ones did. Squirtle is now out, and I'm going to spam Ember. I am trying to see if we have enough firepower here, literally to outlast Squirtle. Well, the first Ember out of the gate is doing what looks like the same amount of damage as our first Ember and last attempt after those 6 Tail Whips. Did those even drop its defense at all? Anyway, we soon get lucky, burning Squirtle, which is still a blessing here. Squirtle is all over the place here. Our rival can't decide if it should use Tail Whip, Tackle, or Bubble. I don't know why it's struggling so much here. Regardless, Squirtle is still taking burn damage each turn on top of us attacking with Ember, so it soon goes down. Hey, video editor Redytay here. It just dawned on me how stupid it was for me to spam Tail Whip here because we don't have a physical attack to use against our rival's lower defense. We only have a special attack. That was a bit of a stupid error on my part. Well, now we have to prepare for Brock, and this isn't going to be easy. His Pokemon will resist Ember, and he has multiple full heals for each Pokemon, so actually getting them to stay burned is going to be a struggle. Also, we might be forced to struggle before this is all said and done due to our bad damage output. Jeez, I hope not. We do learn a new move at level 16, but it's Quick Attack, and that's a pretty useless move in this situation. I don't really know what level I want us to be before we start facing Brock. I decided to give battling Brock at level 15 a go. Actually, things are going really well. Yeah, Ember might not be effective here, but the damage output is still a good amount. We are taking a little damage from some tackles, but the third Ember is a critical hit, so we are still in a good spot when Onix comes out. We are still sticking with spamming Ember here, and things pretty much stay the same. We get hit some by tackles, but another critical hit Ember ends this battle. Wow, a first try victory here. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Not having to deal with Bide is also an added plus. Mount Moon is actually really needed for us to keep this pace going. We need a lot of experience so we can get some more levels before facing Misty. I don't see this being an easy first try victory. Moving through Mount Moon is easy though, and before you know it we are standing in front of some fossils, we pick the dumb one, and we are heading to Cerulean. By the time we get to Cerulean, we got enough experience points to get to level 22. I am really happy with the progress here, but I decided that maybe we should battle our rival real quick before Misty for some extra experience. Well, funny story. We actually can't beat our rival. First attempt and we end up taking too much damage from Pidgeotto's quick attack spamming. Abra isn't a problem, but Redytay quickly finishes us off with a Hyper Fang. Okay, let's try this again. This time Pidgeotto is more focused on using Gust, which deals less damage than Quick Attack, but it does use Sand Attack once, and from there we go down. Yes, that one Sand Attack stalled us bad enough where we probably missed a quarter of our attacks, and there were a lot of opportunities where if we didn't miss, we would have finished some of these exchanges sooner. We do get the Squirtle, but we still go down from a tackle with not much to show for it. The third attempt ended the same way, but our fourth attempt finally went our way. Pidgeotto does deal some damage with Quick Attack, but we take it out quick enough and no Sand Attack, so things are looking a lot better here. Abra and Redytay are both actually critical hit one-shots, so yeah, we are at half health here, but we just took down 3/4 of our rival's team, and have no accuracy debuffs to worry about. Squirtle is also immediately burned from the first Ember we hit it with, and I am floored at the luck we are getting. From here we stick with Ember while it delivers a weak tackle, a tail whip to attempt to lower our defense, to match its lowered offense, and a bubble. We soon take it out with quick attack. Well, we did get another level out of this battle, but this exchange also kind of lowered my confidence that we are ready for Misty. Sure, she only has 2 Pokemon, but they are an effective type against Eccleston, and they are closer in level to us and more tanky. Well, let's give this a go and see just how badly it really is. Well, we do beat Staryu, but we only have 2 HP when that's all said and done. Do I even need to explain how it went with Starmie? Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Well, we do have the Nugget Bridge, so we can do that for more experience, and then by that point we can also get the Dig TM. Yeah, it's a non-effective ground move, but it can still hit hard, so that's worth a shot. By the time we accomplish all of that, we are at level 27, and we know Dig. We replaced Roar with this awesome move, because when would we ever use it? If you remember from my previous Geodude run, this move is a godsend. It's basically Earthquake, and the fact we can get it so early in the game is a major plus. I mean look, it easily one-shots Staryu right out the gate. Yes, it's a critical hit, but that doesn't matter. Why, you might ask? Because now Starmie is out, he's faster than Eccleston, and critical hit one-shots him with Bubble Beam. Let's give this another go. Starmie withstands Dig this time, but Misty sticks with using the next defense, so a quick attack takes it out quick. We are back to facing Starmie at full health. It is still faster than us, of course, but we do survive Bubble Beam this time. We dig underground to dodge another Bubble Beam, but when we attack with our dig, it only does about 1/3 of Starmie's health and damage. Water Gun quickly takes us out. Well, for a second challenge in a row, we are going to head to the SS Ant for more experience before getting back to facing Misty. And yes, I'm going to get the TM for Body Slam. I know I might be a bit of a broken record here with some of you going, Redytay, you use these 2 moves a lot in your challenges. And that is true, but they are such useful moves, especially Body Slam. They hit hard, and since we have a good speed stat, paralysis from Body Slam is such a nice bonus, especially at this point of the game. I don't think anyone, including myself, wants to just see me grind at a high level that will be overkill for the rest of the game just for us to beat the one challenging opponent early in the game with the moves we have at the moment. I like to embrace strategy, and when the game gives you an opportunity like this, I would be stupid not to take it. But I digress, we have a rival battle to do. First out is Pidgeotto, and I accidentally misclicked, so we set up a wasted dig instead of hitting it with Ember. Well, we immediately pop up above ground with the game saying the move has no effect, so at least we're only wasting 1 turn instead of 2. We are close to half health though due to taking damage from a quick attack and gust because of this wasted time. A critical Ember though is a nice way to get back into the game. Redytay survives an Ember, but a Body Slam soon takes it out. We are definitely in yellow health now because of that quick attack. 1 Body Slam is all that's needed for Kadabra, and War Turtle takes 2 Body Slams. But it does make this battle a little scary though with Water Gun. At least it was a critical hit and it still didn't take us out. Nice to see our special stat is going strong for us. That battle was a little sloppy there at the start. Hopefully we are ready for a cleaner fight against Misty. We are now at level 33 and Body Slam does more than enough to take out Staryu. Starmie still isn't one-shot though, but a critical hit is very much appreciated and we are now faster, so there's that. The other great takeaway here is that Bubble Beam is super effective and still doesn't take us to half health. Yeah, another Body Slam makes a really short battle. Well, that win was solely because of her level lead, but I'll take it. Let's see how we look battling Lieutenant Surge. Well, after spending a slightly annoying period of time trying to find the switches in the trash can challenge, we face Surge. We did take some damage from the trainers at the gym, but against Surge it's pretty obvious what we do in this situation. Dig. Yeah, this is a short battle too. We're at a much higher level and Dig hits hard, even if Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon weren't extra susceptible to it. You know who else is going to be a really short battle? Erica. It's so nice knowing that she isn't going to be a threat like my last challenge. Actually, never mind, I played it so safe in my last run against her that by the time we faced her, we took her out in a no damage sweep. It is a little bit of a bummer though that she's basically the only gym leader that we have an actual type advantage against here. But before getting to battle her, we have to blindly make our way through Rock Tunnel. And on the way to Rock Tunnel, Eccleston does get to level 35 and learns Flamethrower, which we immediately replace Ember with. This right here is a pretty solid moveset that I plan to use for the rest of the game unless we get a curveball thrown our way. We have a pretty strong stab move with Flamethrower, and Dig hits really hard. Having the ability to burn, paralyze, confuse here is also a really nice combination of options. Getting through Rock Tunnel went pretty well, except we did have some problems with the hikers. I forgot the one with the single Geodude can self-destruct, a second attempt where we played safe using Dig instead of just using Flamethrower, and we get past it easy enough. But we still end up losing to the main self-destructing hiker we normally worry about. He was smart how he did it too. We went underground from our Dig, and he uses a defense curl that turn. From there he survives our Dig, and then immediately hits us with self-destruct. We weren't at full health, so of course we went down. That actually was pretty smart. The rematch dealt with us starting with Confuse Ray right out the gate. It hurts itself in Confusion 2 turns in a row, and with that, and the lack of a defense buff, our Dig takes it out quick. Once we get to Lavender Town, we heal up and then head straight to facing Erica. Do we really need to even talk about this fight? Okay, well, we spam Flamethrower and that's it. Really. We get to level 39 in one of the few trainer battles we did here, and even if we didn't move up a level, this fight would have been a piece of cake. No damage taken and one-shots all the way, obviously. Now I know this might seem inefficient, but we are going to go back to Lavender Town and face our rival. I know we could stay in Celadon to fight Team Rocket and get the Silph Scope. I mean, it would make the plot move faster due to less back and forth between the two towns, but I want to see if our rival is a challenge at all where we are currently sitting. I mean, I am at the point where I'm skipping trainers because I feel like we are a little too ahead of the game level-wise. I want to still make this run interesting after all. It actually wasn't that interesting of a fight after all. Flamethrower one-shots Pidgeotto, Dig one-shots Growlithe, Flamethrower also one-shots Execute, and Body Slam one-shots Kadabra. Wartortle is the only one who isn't a one-shot here, but it's standing in half health and paralyzed thanks to Body Slam. It is fully paralyzed on its turn, and another Body Slam ends the battle. I can't believe the status condition luck we've had against that turtle in this game. I also forgot that our rival had him because I was dreading the moment Gyarados would come out for the battle just to be reminded at the very end that he's not on the team. Maybe I'm still having PTSD flashbacks from our last challenge. Well, now we are back to Celadon and fighting Team Rocket. Battling the Rocket Grunts goes smoothly as always. The only problem we have is by the time we get to facing Giovanni, we have ran out of power points for Flamethrower and Body Slam. But that's okay though, since I was smart about this and the whole time we were here I made sure not to use Dig until the very end. Which was definitely the way to go. Dig one-shots all of his team except Kangaskhan. It took 3 turns to take down, but thanks to Giovanni wasting a turn using a guard spec on it, we only got hit once by a weak series of comic punches. Like I said, it soon also goes down, and we now have the Silph Scope, so it's time to fight some ghosts. We're now trying to avoid battles if we can so we don't level up too fast. When we do fight Chandlers, it goes really well thanks to their ghost types not being able to handle Flamethrower that well. We save Mr. Fuji and get the Pokeflute soon enough. From here we head to Fuchsia from Celadon, avoiding the bikers along the bike path, and head straight to facing Koga. Dig is actually not strong enough to take out Coughing. I mean, I know it's not stab here, but I was still thinking it would be enough for one shot. That's okay though, since Smog barely does anything to us. A Body Slam quickly finishes it. Muck is next, and despite the fact that it uses Minimize in the middle of our Dig, it still takes out close to 2/3 of its health and damage. It still uses another Minimize, and from there we waste what has to be 5 turns of missing Flamethrower. Muck still doesn't really do anything though thanks to just getting buffed from X attack and having Poison Gas not work against us. It also disables Dig, which isn't great considering that is our hardest hitting move here. Oh, never mind. The disable was lifted literally the next turn. Despite its raised evasion, we are able to take out Muck with back-to-back Body Slams. Flamethrower one-shots next Coughing that is out, and all that is left is Wheezing. Would you believe me if I told you it didn't use self-destruct in this battle? We start the exchange with Dig, allowing us to dodge a Sludge and take out about half of Wheezing's health out in damage. Koga gives it an X attack, and we see how far a Flamethrower would go from here. Well, that critical hit was nice. Now we just have to get the Surf and Strength HMs here, and then we will head to Silph Co to face our rival. I'm actually proud of myself here since this has to be the fastest time I've ever had walking into Silph Co and trying to head straight to fighting our rival. Look, I don't have this place memorized. I wandered some like I was lost because of it, but I got the card key and got to face with our rival in about 3 minutes. Not bad at all if you ask me. The battle against the rival took about the same amount of time. Pidgeot can survive a Flamethrower, but since it wastes its turn with a Whirlwind, we soon take it out with Body Slam while we are at full health. We take out Growlithe with Dig and execute with Flamethrower just like last time. Alakazam is faster than us but decides to use Recover while it's at full health. Our responding Body Slam is a one-shot. Blastoise is last out and we are of course faster, so we hit first with Body Slam. Paralysis right out of the gate too, because what else is new? It then buffs its defense with a withdrawal. I decide the next move we should do is Confuse Ray for extra security. Blastoise hurts itself in Confusion in the next move, so things are looking good. I know Flamethrower is not effective against Blastoise, but it's the strongest move we have, and it does deal a solid amount of damage, so there's that. Blastoise snaps out Confusion though, right after, because of course it does. From here it finally gets the chance to be the first of our opponent's Pokemon that can attack us, and even though Water Gun is a weak move, it still deals a good chunk of damage thanks to the type matchup. I immediately switch to Confusion Blastoise again, and it does hurt itself in Confusion in the next turn. Flamethrower is still doing a good job whittling down Blastoise's health. Our rival does heal Blastoise up with a potion though, which gives it just enough health to be standing with a sliver after our next Flamethrower. But thanks to Blastoise being confused, it hurts itself one more time, causing the faint. That was a great first try victory. I don't think we need to waste our time fighting the rest of the Team Rocket grunts and scientists. Let's head straight to Giovanni and see how that goes. Nidorino goes down to 1 dig, Kangaskhan goes down to 1 Flamethrower, Rhyhorn survives a dig, hits us with a Stomp, and then we take it out with Flamethrower. Nidoqueen also survives a dig from us and knocks us down to 12 health from its Body Slam. I know we aren't at full health going into this fight, but that was scary. We soon take it out though with another dig. Like I thought, piece of cake for the most part. I don't really know what to expect against Sabrina. There aren't any type advantages here except we should take out Venomoth very quickly. But besides that, let's just hope we hit hard enough for this to be a short battle. That, and there's a lot of low side waves. Well, we are faster than Kadabra and Body Slam is strong enough for the one shot, so there's that. Mr. Mime survives a Body Slam, which I expected. It sets up a barrier, but our next Body Slam was a critical hit, so it didn't really matter and it went down. Venomoth is a one-shot from Flamethrower, obviously, and all that is left is Alakazam. It is faster than us and sets up a Reflect. Our Body Slam is now only dealing about a quarter of its health and damage, and no paralysis either, so this is not the best start here. Alakazam's Psywave misses though, and that's funny to me. We stick with Body Slam to take it at half health. From here, I'm wondering if I should be using Confuse Ray against Alakazam. Well, that realization comes a little too late because Alakazam hits Eccleston hard with a Psybeam, taking him to 29 health. Yeah, I would say that is a critical hit. We do have Alakazam confused now though, so we are having a little more breathing room. It fails to set up another Reflect and our Flamethrower takes it to really low health. So low in fact, that Alakazam goes down in the next move due to confusion damage. That went really smoothly until the end there. Confusion damage has been coming in clutch here in a few of these recent battles. I don't think I'm going to use it as much against Blaine though. I mean, the AI itself can give us a nice little advantage here, and we are fighting fire with fire here. Well, I would say that, but I'm going to be seeing how far Dig carries us in this fight since it is an effective move against fire types. Okay, so this has to be the most Blainiest Blaine fight I have ever had, and that includes when I was a kid battling him. Growlithe and Ponyta are the easiest one-shots. Rapidash is where the problems begin. We flinch from 3 stomps in a row and fall to 6 health. By the time we finally get the chance to attack with Dig, it does a lot of damage but it's obviously still standing. But instead of finishing us off, Blaine uses a Super Potion. Well, I'll take that opportunity to knock Rapidash out with Dig. We now have reached level 50 and we have 8 health, but the 2 extra HP is not going to save us here. Arcanine starts the exchange with Takedown, and it misses. Okay, we have no time to waste, we have to get this Dig started. Dig brings Arcanine around to half health. We survive another turn thanks to Blaine using another Super Potion, which means we can use another Dig. It hits, but Arcanine is still standing, which means Blaine uses another Super Potion, which means we can use another Dig. But again, Arcanine is still standing, and now we are both hanging on by a sliver. Well, this is it right here. Arcanine is still faster, and our battle has to end at some point. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Blaine. Let's use Roar. Well, I'm going to use Dig and see how that goes. Yeah, pretty much how you would expect it to go. I can't believe that battle ended like that. I'm almost convinced Blaine threw that fight. I know people will talk about how stupid Blaine could be, but holy crap, was that bad? Let's see if Giovanni will battle just as bad. Before we jump into that, let's see how we look at level 50. Basically, we are looking the exact opposite of where we were in the last challenge with Geodude. Instead of sporting a good attack and defense, we have a good speed and an even better special. It is a bummer since we do have 2 physical attacks that our attack stat is not really the best. It's not utterly horrible, it's just kind of lackluster. Our defense though, I am genuinely concerned about it when it comes to future battles. I think we will probably hit hard enough here where our defense won't be a major problem. At the start, Rhyhorn takes a lot of damage from our dig, but it just responds with a tail whip, so we finish it with Flamethrower. Dugtrio is next and Flamethrower continues to work with it, landing as a critical hit one-shot. We go back to using Dig and Flamethrower when Nidoqueen is out, and it goes down quickly from there. Actually, we did the same with Nidoking too, but this time we do take some damage from a tackle. Actually, I guess we stick with that plan for Rhydon too. It survives a Flamethrower, but a second one takes it out, and now we have all the badges in the game. I don't really think we are ready for the Elite Four considering now our opponents are close to us when it comes to levels, but I'm still going into battling our rivals so we can really gauge where we stand. Pidgeot goes down with 2 Flamethrowers. It wasted its turn in between by using a Whirlwind. Rhyhorn was a similar story, but this time it took 2 digs to take it out and messed up a tail whip, so we are still looking good. Growlithe goes down to 1 dig, Execute goes down to 1 Flamethrower, Alakazam, though, finally hits us and is with another solid side beam, just like it did in our previous battle. We respond with a dig, which deals a lot of damage, but Alakazam is still standing with a sliver. Our rival heals Alakazam with a potion, but our Body Slam is still strong enough for the knockout. Our rival's last Pokemon is Blastoise, and it is 1 level higher than us. Body Slam isn't hitting hard really, and there's no paralysis luck. Blastoise is finally hitting us with a big boy water move, and yeah, I was not expecting us to survive a Hydro Pump. Well, I guess it's time to grind some. We still have a lot of trainers we can battle for more experience. Maybe we should aim for level 60? That could be overkill, but Blastoise is really tanky defensively, and we still need a good level lead when it comes to battling the Elite Four. So we battle basically all the trainers around Fuchsia City, and eventually get to level 60. Even at this level though, we are still struggling. The first 2 attempts were basically losses due to unlucky critical hits, and Alakazam still being faster than us. The 3rd attempt though was a different story. In my other attempts, Flamethrower wasn't hitting hard enough for a one-shot against Pidgeot, so this time I was going to see if Body Slam was worth being an opening move with the potential paralysis luck. It doesn't hit near as hard enough as Flamethrower, and Pidgeot's not paralyzed, so it wasn't worth it. But it just responds with a weak wing attack, so Flamethrower takes it down. Dig is also not strong enough for one shot when Rhyhorn comes out, but it just uses a tail whip against us, so another Dig makes short work of it. Now I was planning on using Dig when Growlithe came out because in previous runs it was strong enough for one shot. Body Slam hits hard, but Growlithe is still standing. Growlithe then uses an agility, and from here I'm wondering if this activated the badge boost glitch, and you will soon see why I'm asking that. But for now, another Body Slam causes Growlithe to faint. Flamethrower is a quick solution against Execute, Alakazam is now out, and even though we are at a good spot HP wise, I am still scared of the critical hit here. Surprisingly though, we go first. Maybe we're at a speed tie? Body Slam does hit really hard despite it also not paralyzing Alakazam. Alakazam is sticking with using Psychic, but this time it only hits hard enough to take us to half health. We are still faster here, hence why I'm wondering if we got a boosted speed stat thanks to the badge boost glitch. And one more Body Slam causes a knockout. All that is left is the other thorn on our side when it comes to this battle, Blastoise. We are faster here, which really shouldn't surprise anyone, and stick with Body Slam for some paralysis? Awesome. Great start. Withdrawal is a little annoying since Blastoise is now more stacked defense-wise, but it also gives us the opportunity to confuse it with Confuse Ray. Blastoise is then paralyzed and we switch to using Flamethrower. It only takes it to half health. We then get really lucky dodging a Hydro Pump. From here I decide that if we want to increase our chances missing Hydro Pump, we should switch to using Dig. Now Blastoise has to work against paralysis, confusion, and half of our turns being safe underground. We do dodge another Hydro Pump that way, and the attack half does take it down to about a quarter of its health. We then get really fortunate here where Blastoise gets the chance to use Hydro Pump, but again, it misses. We are getting really lucky here. We are still playing it safe by using Dig, but Blastoise wastes another turn due to a paralysis, but our attack doesn't hit hard enough to knock Blastoise out. Our rival though does give Blastoise a potion, so we are in a good place to hit a Body Slam hard enough to knock it out. Okay, I'm aware we got really lucky at the second half of that battle with the speed buff and our rival's horrible accuracy luck, We have also suffered from that, so I think we have done more than enough work to move forward to the Elite Four. Like always, I'm worried about Lorelei. Will I ever have a Generation 1 run where I'm not worried about Lorelei? I'm hoping that since her Pokemon are part ice that our Flamethrower will hit hard enough while dealing neutral damage, since some of them are also part water. Our special stat is good, but we will not be able to take a lot of hits from her water moves. Bruno and Agatha are going to be here and there when it comes to battling them. They could be tough, but I also think we have a good handle on them too. Lance is going to be rough since his whole team basically resists fire moves, and Dragonite is also immune to dig. He might be a brick wall as well. Well, by the time we get to the entrance of the Elite Four, we are at level 64 and our defense is still in the double digits. We would still need to get several more levels to get to 100. While we're at it, our attack is not looking great per se, which is unfortunate since we have 2 physical attacks that would benefit from having more attack power. That being said, it is nice having a better speed and a much better special than our last run. I'm not sure if we can get past the Elite Four and the champion at this point, but we are going to give it a shot. Well, first attempt against Lorelei was going well. Sure, we took some big hits, but we were holding our own. I felt confident that we could pull up the win. Until Lapras hits us with a Hydro Pump. Well, let's give this another go. Okay, several goes. We are close in a lot of these battles, we just can't outlast Lapras by the time we get to it. Eventually though, we get to an attempt where we take Dugong out with 2 flamethrowers while we receive no damage thanks to it only using Rest. Despite it having an extremely high defense stat, Cloyster's special stat is not as amazing. It is still standing, but it has to have what is 1 health left. We luckily dodge a clamp and we quickly take Cloyster out with a body slam. We are still at full health here, so let's keep this going. Slowbro is not an ice type, and so it is one of Lorelei's more scary Pokemon. We immediately hit it with Confuse Ray when it comes out. Flamethrower does an alright amount of damage, but I was hoping for a little more than that. Body Slam is hitting even less, so that's not a better option. Yeah, Slowbro just withdraws. Body Slam is now going to be even weaker. It soon snaps out Confusion and finally deals some damage to us from my Water Gun. It's not a lot of damage, but then again, it's a weak water move when you are this far in the game. Our Flamethrower is still not effective, but it still hits hard enough to cause a knockout for Slowbro. Jinx is not part water, so Flamethrower hits more than hard enough for an easy one-shot here, which puts us in a good spot against Lapras. We played safe and immediately confused it with a Confuse Ray. Despite that, Lapras is able to nail us with a Hydro Pump that takes us down to 11 health. From here I thought we were doomed, but our Flamethrower deals a lot more damage than I was expecting here, and we get extremely lucky with Lapras hurting itself in Confusion in its upcoming turn. All we need is for our next Flamethrower to hit, and I think we're good. Whoo, there we go. Okay. We finally beat Lorelei, and I am so grateful for the clutch Confusion luck there near the end. Bruno went really smoothly compared to Lorelei, and it's all thanks due to his love for X-Defend. I mean, yeah, we missed our first dig against Onix at the start, but we do take it down eventually with Dig while it wastes our time using Rage. Both Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee go down from a critical hit Flamethrower. That's real efficient when it comes to PowerPoint usage. Bruno's other Onix is now out, but we knock it out with Dig just like the last one. All that is left for Bruno is Machamp, and Flamethrower hits hard, but it doesn't cause a one-shot. Bruno just gives Machamp an X-Defend though, so we deal one more Flamethrower for the win. Agatha, we actually have a little bit of a plan when it comes to facing her. It's nice to have a move like Dig at her disposal here, considering she has a lot of poison types. Because yeah, Dig one-shots everyone except Golbat because he's a pesky flying type. It survived the Flamethrower surprisingly, but it can't outlast the second one. Man, I wish the next 2 battles would be this easy, because I kinda doubt they will be. Well, Lance is actually killing it with Gyarados right out the gate using Hydro Pump. We beat it with some good Confusion luck, but Dragonair quickly knocks us out with Dragon Rage. We give Lance many attempts, and eventually we have an example where you take Gyarados down while not taking any damage. We confuse it right out the start in the battle, it fortunately then hurts itself in Confusion, and then we immediately paralyze it with our following Body Slam. The Confusion luck then continues from there, giving us an opportunity to knock Gyarados with another Body Slam. Sure, it was a critical hit, but hey, I will take this great start. We switch using Dig by the time the first Dragonair comes out. It does pretty well, leaving about a quarter of its health left after we hit. Another Dig keeps us at full health while we knock Dragonair out. We are sticking with Dig here as the second Dragonair comes out. It deals about the same amount of damage here. Dragonair responds with an agility which gives it the opportunity to immediately hit us with a Dragon Rage. So we have lost 40 HP before taking out the second Dragonair. And Aerodactyl's next up. It was scary when I found out it was faster than us and its Hyper Beam missed. That was close. Our Flamethrower doesn't miss, but Aerodactyl is standing with a little over half his health remaining. It may be a 3-shot at this level. Some Confusion luck would be helpful here then. But at the same turn we confuse Aerodactyl with Confuse Ray, it confuses us with Supersonic. Touché, Lance. Touché. We do hurt ourselves from Confusion the next turn, but Aerodactyl wastes a turn by using another Supersonic. It then snaps out Confusion while we continue to hurt ourselves in Confusion. We soon also take some damage from a bite, but then get back to damaging Aerodactyl from another Flamethrower. Defeating Aerodactyl is in sight. Never mind, Lance just healed him up to full health with a Hyper Potion. Well, we are back to spamming Flamethrower in attempts of trying to get Aerodactyl back to where it was before the heal up. We take some damage from Bite, and from here we are both at low health. But like I said earlier, Aerodactyl is faster than us and finishes us with a Hyper Beam. Yeah, these attempts are pointless. We need to grind more, so we're back at it. I was training on Victory Road, but I got real tired of it because it's just not a great place for Vulpix to get experience. So I went a route I usually hate going, rebattling the Elite Four until we lose. I hate grinding this way since it's a fast way to lose money, and in Generation 1, money is a rare commodity. But it is a faster way to gain levels, except for the fact that we can still lose to Lorelei fairly easy. But once we get past her, it's not hard at all for us to get to Lance from there. My goal is to battle Lance at level 80, but we do get to him at level 74, and we are doing better, but Aerodactyl just wrecks us at the end. If I get one more level, I have 5 rare candies, and that can take us to level 80. Well, the next run through Elite Four gets us to level 76, so we're actually at level 81 thanks to the rare candies by the time we get back to battling Lance. We are still lucky when it comes to confusing and paralyzing Gyarados early when it comes out. And sure, we take some damage from Gyarados and we finish off the 2 Dragonites here, but by this point we aren't in the best spot against Aerodactyl. But even if we had more health than we currently do, I doubt we could withstand a critical hit takedown like that. Okay, let's get back to grinding against Elite Four a little more. We are so close to this win, I just know it. Back at it again against Lance at level 83. We are still losing. One time was just because Gyarados landed a critical hit Hydro Pump right out the gate. I know we can get a win here though. Hopefully for the last time. Gyarados is subjected to our Confuse Ray and paralyzed with Body Slam. This time the method really pays off, and once again we take Gyarados down with full health. Dragonair is now out and we don't one-shot it with Dig. Its Hyper Beam misses though, so Body Slam ends this part of the battle quickly. Second Dragonair, second Dig. From here, Dragonair spam Agility and then hits us with a Dragon Rage. Another Dig soon takes that one out. Aerodactyl is back and we are faster now. We confuse it immediately with Confuse Ray, but it's still able to land a critical hit Bite. We can't paralyze with Body Slam, but it does waste a turn due to confusion damage. I'm not sure if our Flamethrower is strong enough for a knockout here at this level. Well, we look at that. Okay, this is the first time we're seeing Dragonite in this challenge. Let's go. We're sticking with our Confusion Paralysis combo right out of the gate, and everything falls into place perfectly here. Dragonite is at half health, and so far hasn't been able to land a hit on us. Well, I say that now, it lands a slam that leaves us with only a quarter of our health. I know Flamethrower won't be effective here, but how much damage will it do? Oh, okay, I mean it did enough for a knockout, so there's that. There you go, I knew Eccleston could do it. Okay, let's heal up and face the rival, hopefully for the last time. We only have 2 power point replenishing items at the moment, so I use them on Flamethrower and Dig. After we get Eccleston fully healed, we head into fighting our rival. Flamethrower hits hard against Pidgeot, but it's still standing with little health. Its wing attack is a critical hit, but we are still looking good here. We soon take it out with another Flamethrower. We are sticking with that move against Alakazam. Nice to see that all of our grinding makes us faster than it. Psybeam does deal some damage, but Alakazam goes down just like Pidgeot from another Flamethrower. Dig is strong enough to one-shot Rhydon, thankfully, but Arcanine withstands it, giving it an opportunity to hit us with a takedown. I was hoping the recoil would be enough to take it out, but nope, it is still standing. Don't worry, another Dig knocks it out. I am really surprised Executor survives a Flamethrower. It obviously can't withstand a second one, but I would really prefer we don't give it an opportunity to hit us with a Stomp. I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling good here against Blastoise. We have taken a lot of hits here and there as we have battled to this point. This leaves very little room for error here. So of course we are playing it safe and confusing it. Okay, good, there's some confusion damage. Body Slam deals damage but no paralysis, so that's unfortunate. We get extremely lucky and Hydro Pump missing. we should probably stick with Body Slam here because we really need some paralysis. Or just a critical hit for the knockout, I'll take that too. I know our rival wasn't a pushover, but I felt like we were better prepared for this fight than that. I mean, yeah, we came up with a win, but I thought we would have more health and we wouldn't have to rely on luck a little there when it came to facing Blastoise. But it is still nice not having to go back and grind so much to beat our rival, especially because now we are officially Pokemon champions. I'm not sure if it's because I completed this part late at night, but it is so rewarding to say that. Lance really dragged this portion of the run out.
We all know the challenge isn't complete. We can't say Vulpix beats the whole game if we don't see Vulpix beat Mewtwo.
But I am not going to lie, first attempt did not go well. Long story short, we were outsped by Mewtwo, get taken to 2 health thanks to a critical sidekick, and then I am an idiot thinking that Dig would help us dodge moves while attacking Mewtwo because Swift exists and it does not miss. Yeah, Mewtwo annihilated us fast there. Well, second go, here we come. Mewtwo is sticking with Swift as we start this rematch. Body Slam isn't hitting really hard, but the paralysis is certainly needed. Now we are faster and immediately switch to Confuse Ray. Mewtwo is paralyzed now, which gives us an opportunity to land a critical hit Flamethrower. Unfortunately, Mewtwo soon snaps out of confusion and recovers. We confuse it again, and it sticks with recovering to full health. We use another Flamethrower, and Mewtwo snaps out confusion. From here, we confuse it for a 3rd time and spam Flamethrower as Mewtwo tries to heal up. Luckily for us, paralysis and confusion damage really play in our favor, and eventually Mewtwo goes down to a Flamethrower. But at least it took only 2 tries. All in all, this was a fun run. I really like fast and special stat heavy Pokemon. I mean, I know Vulpix isn't in the top 10 in those stats, but compared to other challenges, the difference was night and day. I love fire types, but they don't really get a whole lot of love here, I feel like, compared to future generations. I still love Vulpix despite the challenges we face. The whole fact we can paralyze, confuse, and burn is extremely advantageous in this type of gameplay. That, and it includes strategy, which we all know I prefer to focus on compared to just flat out firepower. I hope you all enjoyed this challenge. Stay tuned if you want to see my next challenge, which will be seeing if you can beat Pokemon Fire Red with a single Scyther. I always love Scyther, but I'm starting to think this challenge is going to be extremely difficult due to its moveset. I haven't started it yet, but I'm planning to soon after recording this audio. I don't know, maybe we'll both be surprised from this challenge. But in the meantime, you can watch some of my other challenges, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates, and please leave some comments for what you liked about the video, what challenges you'd like to see in the future, and suggestions on how I can make these videos better. I could always use some creative input when it comes to making these. Thanks for watching everybody, and until next time, Geronimo.